Kasongo anataka ODM ikuwe chama ya Wajaluo. Na hapo ndani ya Wajaluo pia amepangia nyinyi. Amechukua huyu PS anaitwa Raymond Omolo, amempatia pesa na goons aweke candidate ya kumaliza watu ya Raila.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi Gachagua has leaked William Ruto's elaborate strategy to reduce ODM party to a Luo party.
If you don't do that, atamaliza nyinyi. Na niliambia nyinyi msiseme, sikuambia nyinyi. I warned you. Because akipanga kumaliza ODM, tulikuwa na yeye nikiwa naibu wake.
According to Rigathi Gachagua, William Ruto intends to use Ali Hassan JOHO and Wycliffe Oparanya to achieve that goal.
I warned you ya kwamba Kasongo atamaliza ODM. Amepanga Mombasa, iko chama ametengeneza ya kupatia JOHO ODM ikwishe katika pwani. Huyu Oparanya atajiuzuru hivi karibuni, amepewa chama ya Western. Kasongo anataka ODM ikuwe chama ya Wajaluo.
And Rigathi Gachagua laughed at Gladys Wanga and Junet Mohammed.
Mkaniambia to keep off. I have seen Gladys Wanga now is crying. Junet Mohammed is crying. All the leaders ya Raila wanalia. I warned you ya kwamba Kasongo atamaliza ODM.
Yesterday, Junet Mohammed dropped a major bombshell when he issued some ultimatum to President William Ruto during his explosive interview on the Daily Nation. And then Gladys Wanga made these statements. I want you to listen to Gladys Wanga, but pay very close attention to the tone and the body language while she was delivering her message. Pay very close attention.
But this our party is all we have. This is what our party leader left us. We will defend our party. We will protect our party. Defending our party comes number one. Before anything else. Defending our party comes number one before anything else. So we will defend the party, we will defend our people, we will defend our areas, we will make sure that our parliamentary strength is not reduced even by an inch. Other things we will talk, but we must first have respect for our party.
But is William Ruto planning to reduce ODM party to a Luo party? That is the question which we want to try and figure out. Because let me ask you this question. Is a divided ODM party good for William Ruto? Because for me, I've been looking at William Ruto and his current predicament. And I'm persuaded to believe that for William Ruto to succeed, he actually needs a united ODM party. But according to Rigathi Gachagua, Ruto is planning to split ODM further into some pieces. For a fact, I know for sure that Wycliffe Oparanya is planning to form his own political party. And I also know that, for example, someone like JOHO might also be forced to form his political party. But are they doing it because William Ruto wants? That's exactly what I'm doubting. Because for me, I believe that for William Ruto, he needs a united ODM party. For example, assuming ODM party was united, that we had the Linda Wananchi and the Linda Ground together supporting Ruto, that will be the best formation to support Ruto. But if we have only Oburu, and then you remove JOHO, and you remove Oparanya, that's not very good for William Ruto. But I know for sure that, for example, after the death of Raila Odinga, you can't now say that JOHO or Oparanya can be loyal to Oburu Odinga, because their loyalty was to none other than Raila Odinga, who is not there. And also remember, these two guys are political players. They've been members of the cabinet. They've also been governors for 2 good terms, which means their ambitions are there. They are political animals. So in 2027 and probably post 2027, they have political ambitions. But is William Ruto really planning to split ODM party. Let us listen to Rigathi Gachagua.
Sisi ni watu ya democracy. Mimi naunga mkono mambo ya demokrasia. We want strong political parties for our democracy. And that is why nimekuwa nikisema watu ya ODM msikubali William Ruto amaliza ODM. Mukanipigia kelele, mukaniambia to keep off. I have seen Gladys Wanga now is crying. Junet Mohammed is crying. All the leaders ya Raila wanalia. I warned you ya kwamba Kasongo atamaliza ODM. Amepanga Mombasa, iko chama ametengeneza ya kupatia JOHO ODM ikwishe katika pwani. Huyu Oparanya atajiuzuru hivi karibuni, amepewa chama ya Western. Kasongo anataka ODM ikuwe chama ya Wajaluo. Na hapo ndani ya Wajaluo pia amepangia nyinyi. Amechukua huyu PS anaitwa Raymond Omono, amempatia pesa na goons aweke candidate ya kumaliza watu ya Raila. Anataka watu ya Raila wote wafukuzwe, aweke sycophants katika Luo Nyanza. Hii ODM Mungu akisaidia nyinyi, mtafikisha wabunge 20. Nairobi amwezi pata hata kiti moja. Mlienda mnafuata Ruto, Ruto hana wafuasi Nairobi. Wale alikuwa nao walikuwa ni watu yangu, nimempatia. Ametusaliti, ametupiga teke, tumechukua watu wetu. So ODM you not have any seat in Nairobi. Luo Nyanza, Kasongo, Anomolo atawekea nyinyi candidates ya UDA. ODM will be lucky to have 20 members of parliament. So mimi ODM, mimi singili mambo yenu, mimi ni Mkenya mwema. Ningetaka legacy ya Raila ya ODM ikae chama kubwa, tushindane na DCP na chama zingine. The only way you can survive before muingie any cooperation with William Ruto, mukubaliane izire area zote ODM ilikuwa na maarufu, UDA iondoke, msimamishe watu ya ODM. If you don't do that, atamaliza nyinyi. Na niliambia nyinyi msiseme, sikuambia nyinyi. I warned you. Because akipanga kumaliza ODM, tulikuwa na yeye nikiwa naibu wake. Siku alichukua Raila, nikamuuliza huyu mzee unataka nini na yeye? Akasema wacha nilete hii mzee karibu, nimpange aende AU, akienda AU nimalize ODM. Kwa bahati mbaya akashindwa kumsaidia. Kwa bahati mbaya mzee ametuacha. Sasa vile alikuwa amepanga wakati ile ya kumaliza ODM ndio anafanya. Sasa nyinyi mnashinda pale mnamuibia, broad based, bread based, na yeye anakulia nyinyi chini. Na nyinyi watu ya ODM msikiza sisi watu ya mlima. Sisi tukimwambia unamjua. Muuliza sisi. Sisi tutadanganya hapa. Nimeona juzi huko anapiga kudanganya nyinyi atanapenda nyinyi. Hapa kwetu alikuwa anatengeneza mutura. Nyinyi hamjui huyo mtu. Akimalizana na nyinyi watu ya ODM, mtakuja mnalia vile watu ya mlima tunalia. You can do whatever you want with the information, hiyo itakuwa ni juu yenu.
Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is, for William Ruto to succeed, he must inherit a united ODM party. The ODM which is already divided into two. But let's assume that William Ruto is trying to split ODM party and make it appear as if ODM is a Luo party. Because if you look at the signs, some signs are there. Assuming that is his plan, will that help him or will that make him lose? In this video, I want to reveal to you guys why I strongly believe that if ODM party is split further, William Ruto will be one term. Before I do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, number one is the parliamentary seats. If William Ruto were to enter into some coalition arrangement with ODM party, he has a chance of winning more seats. But if ODM is divided further, let's take the case of Kakamega County and also the case of Coast. Because I know there's no way ODM will fail to produce candidates in those counties, the two, unless they'll fail to get candidates. Because, you know, sometimes if the party is weak, they will also fail to attract aspirants. But let us take the case of Coast and Kakamega. or even Busia. If, for example, Oparanya forms his party, he will definitely sponsor candidates under that party. Edwin Sifuna will also sponsor candidates under that party. ODM will also sponsor candidates under that party. UDA will also sponsor candidates under that party. So in Kakamega, we are likely to have 4 parties fronting candidates. That would mean that William Ruto's chance of losing is going to be very high. It also means that ODM's chance of losing will be very high. So at the end of the day, both ODM and UDA will lose. Oparanya probably will also lose because Oparanya and Ruto will be banking on the membership of ODM party. So if Oparanya is sponsored to run, he will eat into UDA and into ODM, both in the coast and in Western. So at the end of the day, Linda Wananchi will be laughing all the way to the bank. So that's number one. Number two, it's easier for William Ruto to control a united ODM party than a fragmented ODM party. When Raila was alive, Ruto didn't have a problem. He would easily just manage Sifuna and these rebels through Raila. If Raila was alive, for example, Ruto would just go and discuss things with him, then Raila would come and discuss with the membership. Right now, if he creates more leaders, for example, there's JOHO, then there's Oparanya, it would mean that if you want to negotiate with ODM, you will first negotiate with Oburu, then go to Kakamega, negotiate with Oparanya. Go to Coastal Region, negotiate with JOHO, and negotiate with King. And of course, ODM is still laying claims there, also negotiate with ODM party. And that's why I believe that for William Ruto, he would prefer a situation where ODM is united. So that if, for example, he were to negotiate with ODM party, he will negotiate only with one. And importantly, if there's one thing William Ruto has always feared, and this is in public domain, creating additional kingpin. The reason why Ruto fell out with Rigathi is because Rigathi wanted to be Mount Kenya kingpin. I doubt if William Ruto would then want to create another kingpin for the coastal region. I know William Ruto would attempt to frustrate ODM, but he would not want to create additional kingpin. In 2017, after Ruto won second term, Ruto embarked on a journey of merging political parties, that is UDA and URP and TNA, and formed Jubilee. His idea was he wanted one major political party. Even in the last election, he was able to bring a small parties here and there for the Kenya, ANC, Chama cha Kazi, Maendeleo Chap Chap. He brought them. But after the last election, Ruto attempted to merge these political parties. ANC is already merged. Waita refused. Why? Because Ruto normally fears dealing with kingpins in regions. And therefore, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to convince me that Ruto would want now to create another JOHO in the coast region who has a political ambition. And then once JOHO parties picks up, then he will have the leeway of even supporting Linda Ground or negotiating with Linda Ground. Then he's creating Oparanya, because according to my sources, Oparanya intends to run. This is something I've been told before, by the way, long time ago, that Oparanya wants to bolt out of ODM party, even when Raila was still around. And his intention is to become a running mate, not to any other person, but to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. So Ruto would not want a situation where in the Luo nation, we'll have to negotiate with the Waita, negotiate with the Oparanya, negotiate with Musalia Mudavadi. He would rather all of them be in ODM party. And if possible, in fact, if possible for William Ruto, he would even want a situation where ODM falls to join UDA. so that he can control them. So I doubt if Ruto would want a situation where he's going to create more kingpin. And importantly, Ruto understands this, that in politics, there are friendly fires. And those friendly fires are normally very dangerous. Would have imagined that Ndindi Nyoro would be opposing William Ruto today? Would have imagined that Rigathi Gachagua would have opposed William Ruto? It just began as a friendly fire. It escalated. And in politics, friendly fires are dangerous. There is no way William Ruto is going to allow JOHO to be another kingpin in the coast. He would rather have JOHO not participate in ODM activities, but not to form his own political party. I know William Ruto might attempt to reduce the influence of ODM, but not to create more kingpins. I could be wrong, but let us wait and see. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Because if he were to do that, he's going to lose very early in the morning. Until next time, this is Makwiny.